What's more exciting than rapid growth? Seeing your business take off and feeling like you're on fire. But here's the thing, growth without a solid foundation can lead to
Hello, this is the HackHour Podcast, a show where it's all about helping real, everyday, hardworking remodelers learn the secrets to having it all in life and business. And now, here's your host, Mike Menges.
Hey there, welcome back to the HackHour, the podcast for remodeling business owners who want to grow smarter, not harder. I'm Mike Menges, longtime remodeler, founder of the Remodeling Academy, and creator of the 5-Day Remodeler Challenge. This is episode 45. Look, if you've been following along, you know we've been talking about breaking through growth ceilings and the skills that take your business to the next level, right? So here's the thing. Even if you're leveling up some skills, rapid growth without a solid foundation will hurt your business as much as it helps. Today we're going to talk about how to build that foundation and the cycle that it takes, right? It's continuous, what it looks like, why it matters, and how to focus on like 3 key areas, all right? Just communicating, selling, and managing to keep your business running smooth even as you stumble and grow. Let me take you back to a few years back when my business started growing fast, and I could not keep up with it, right? So here we are. I'm hitting finally a breakthrough moment, and it feels good. I had been waiting for this, wanting this. Several things came together all at once. We had a big competitor in our area that we had been battling against for a while, and things weren't working out for them, but they were working out for us. So here's what happened. I had recently hired my first coach, and my sales were increasing. We put together some things, and it was working. I had hired him to help me do a marketing plan, and it worked. We got the phone. It was ringing off the hook. We're landing jobs. I felt like I was on fire. I was like, bring on all these new customers, right? And what made it even better was I was able to hire several of the guys from that competitor of mine, a big nationwide company. See, they were going out of business. They had basically just folded. And it was good timing because he had several great, talented people there that I was able to pick up. And I felt for the first time in a couple years, I was like, man, everything is falling into place. So here I am, right? I've hired more guys. I've sold more jobs. I've taken on more projects. And I thought, man, this is it. I finally have made it. But as you know, if you've tried to go through these growth spurts yourself, this is what happens next, right? The cracks start to show. And we started noticing, well, some of our jobs are running late because I hadn't set up a proper process for scheduling with all this increase in work, right? I brought on a few guys really quick. They didn't have all the training they need. They had some. Look, some of the crew members were making some mistakes, and it's not because it wasn't their fault. Like, it was mine. I just hadn't put the proper training in place, right? So you can imagine I'm out positioning the company one way. I'm selling and explaining that this is how we do things. And yet some of the guys that were new to the team, they didn't quite understand all of that yet because they hadn't been with us long enough. So they might be doing a few things in the field differently than the way I had communicated it. And this was getting frustrating for some clients, right? And we were a victim of our own success. And here's what happens. We were crushing jobs. I had an increased crew, so we're knocking them out left and right. However, while the marketing had increased, I needed it to keep on increasing exponentially, right? And that's where we started to hit a wall because I had increased the marketing, but I didn't keep increasing it. And suddenly I started noticing, man, I don't have quite enough leads to keep the team as busy as we need to be because we're getting the jobs done so quickly. Man, it started to become chaos all over again. And I'm scrambling to keep up. Sure, we had some frustrating people along the way. And I was, again, found myself working harder than ever just to hold this new level of growth together. That's when I had another realization, right? I was so focused on the growth again, and I thought I had put proper systems and processes in place, but I hadn't been keeping up, right? As you grow, you have to put a whole nother layer of a foundation beneath you to support that level of growth. And then when you hit that level, you need to build it out bigger and stronger again. It's a constant cycle. And that is something that was new to me. I thought, I just need to do this one time, right? No. Surprise, surprise. So let's talk about this, right? So you're thinking, man, like what would be more exciting than rapid growth, right? It's like, man, you're seeing your business take off. You feel like you're on fire. But again, here's that thing, if you don't continue to build that foundation, it will lead to the chaos, the burnout again, and the setbacks. So, and that's what we're really talking about today, right? We're diving into these 3 pillars. So you got to be focused on the communicating, the selling, and the management at all times. Rapid growth, yeah, it's exciting, but it can also be dangerous because it puts a strain on every part of your business, right? Everybody's excited at first, but over time, it can be your people, your processes, and your ability to deliver the quality to the client. It gets tested. So understand that little things could happen. You could say, well, Mike, maybe you overhired, right? Maybe you under-marketed, right? Maybe there was some poor communication and you were able to train a couple people, but did you have a proper process in place where your new people could help train the other new people, right? And maybe some of these rushed jobs could be hurting your reputation, right? All this is the stuff that starts to happen. And it's easy to start feeling like everything's falling apart, even though you recognize, man, I've worked harder than ever. So you have to ask yourself, what's the point, or how do I avoid this, right? Well, how do you avoid the chaos? It's a good question. And how do you build these continuous foundation support model, right? That just keeps building upon itself instead of crumbling under the pressure. And, it's simple, right? It's the communicating, it's the selling, the management. And think about it like this. With good communication, it's really that glue that will hold this business together. With your clients, it's having a very clear set of expectations up front. I started moving forward. I was explaining to clients, I said, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, we are experiencing some growth pains within the company. I said, we have been wildly successful, and while we grow, we've been expanding our team, and everyone's learning our processes as we go. So understand that as we work with you, we want to make sure that everyone's communicating clearly, and we've put some processes in place. And, one of them is now we have a pre-construction meeting. So we're looking forward to you getting to meet who your project manager is going to be. Understand that the way this works is I do the selling, right? Your salesperson then is going to be handing over that job to the project manager, so the project manager can clearly communicate to the production staff. And it's just helping the clients understand, because a couple years prior to that, I didn't have a pre-construction meeting. So if a certain client was doing a business with us again, I had to make sure that they understood, like, this is our new process. We now do pre-construction meetings, right? And with the team, I noticed we had to communicate amongst ourselves more frequently. So our lead carpenters and project managers, they needed to have the crew every morning. They needed to talk about, this is what we're doing today. These are the expectations. This is who should be doing what. And keeping everybody focused, right? Because when you start growing, if you have a lot of new players, sometimes they're bringing habits from other jobs and other companies, and not that they're all necessarily either bad or good. They're just different, and we need to keep everybody on the same page. So what I found would work was I needed to be holding regular meetings with my project managers, right? Let's say every 2 weeks. But your project managers need to be meeting with their team almost on a daily basis, in my opinion. That's what we found works. So set that system up and make time for them so that you can have these meetings. They're brief, right? But just so everyone understands, like, this is the agenda for today. This is our goal. This is why we're here. This is what we plan to do. And you have to allow time to get feedback from all of, the team. Your guys in the field should be giving feedback up to the project manager. The project manager should be giving feedback up to you. All right, let's move on to the selling, right? So sales, you all have a process for it, whether you like it or not, whether you put time and energy into it or not. However you currently get a job, that is your sales process. And some of you are pretty lackluster about it and just rely on referrals only. Others of you have been dedicating time and energy to say, man, I want to be a master of sales in this industry. And at the end of the day, either way is a process. Our suggestion is you work hard enough in the field that, if nothing else, get some basic sales skills under your belt, because that's what drives the business. And the better what I want to say is learn how to just sell well, right? And understand what selling is. It's really just solving problems. A lot of people get this negative approach when they hear sales, they think of pushy sales. That's not what I mean. When I talk about selling, I'm talking about selling well. And this is what I mean. Everyone likes a salesperson that is helpful. Everyone likes being able to go into a store or call somewhere and get information and get help and get what they're looking for, right? Think about a lot of you guys as remodelers. When you call up a supply house and you talk to that representative over the phone, that salesperson, you want to find the salesperson, for the most part, that says, hey, Bob, oh yeah, you're looking for X? Okay. You know what? I'm not seeing it on the shelf right now. You hold on a minute. I am going to find how we can get that for you. When do you need it by? You got it. You want it delivered? Perfect. What time? All right. And you want that salesperson that just takes care of all of your needs and all of your problems. And it's like they know what you need better than you know what you need. That's an expert salesperson. And that is how you should be for your homeowners. When you meet with them, right? You should be solving all the problems almost before they even know that they needed them solved. So another thing that you really have to be aware of, right? And this is, again, if you want to be doing volume and growing, right? And I get that. Most of you that listen to this podcast and are a part of the Remodeling Academy, yes, you're interested in doing more sales than you did the year before, right? You're interested in growing the business, having it work for you so that you don't have to work for it. So you guys understand that knowing your numbers is important, right? And you recognize how you do not chase the low margin jobs. And we've done exercises where we've shown you, if you discount a job, just how hard it is to make up on future jobs, because you have to now charge so much more on the next job, because now you're trying to make up for what you just lost on this job. And if you've never tried that exercise, I challenge you. It might make some of you sick. You think it's not a big deal to discount a job because you want to stay busy, but the loss of revenue and profit that you sustain from taking on that job, it's nearly impossible to make it up. And I can demonstrate that for you. If you want to challenge me, please reach out and we'd be happy to go through that exercise. I know a lot of you that, again, are a part of our program. You see it, you understand it, and you've recognized, like, I can't discount jobs. My price is my price, and this is why I deserve it. So again, when it comes to the selling, you got to focus on the profitability, right? Every job counts. Every job contributes to your bottom line. And we've discussed this frequently. You guys, again, that are part of our program, you understand its value, right? You are selling your value. You're positioning yourself as the expert remodeler who delivers the exceptional results. Mr. and Mrs. Homeowner, look, yeah, we cost more, and it's because we deliver like no one else. It's just like the reason why you go to this store or why you got that item over there, right? You wanted the better experience. You could get it cheaper all day long, but you don't want that because that's what you're going to have to live with. If you imagine, you don't want to live with crap for the next 15 years. You want the best product that you can get, right? Of course, right? So you're communicating in a way, however you need to language it with the style and the personality of the prospect that you're dealing with at the time. Remember, the right clients, the correct clients, your proper client avatar, as we've discussed, will pay for quality. They'll respect you more when you stand by your pricing. And most of the better clients out there demand that they work with a proper professional remodeler. It's your time just to step up if you want those types of jobs. The other thing is, as always, guys, it is tricky and it's challenging. I get it, but you have to keep selling. And you just can't stop selling just because your current schedule is full. The trick becomes, how do you language and properly market and schedule jobs, to keep yourself full year round, right? And keep the pipeline strong. You don't want to be scrambling. There is an art and science and a balance to figuring out how to constantly stay busy. I get that. And you figure that out. It just takes a little time. And sure, each time you get to a new milestone, right? For some of you, that's getting past the $500,000 mark. For others of you now already, you're like, man, look what happened. Now I'm past $1 million. I'm hitting 3 million, right? Each of these little areas of ceilings you'll reach, you have to learn some new techniques because there's, growing pains are real. Now, let's go move on to the third thing. Obviously, we've got management. As your business grows, your role as the leader, it becomes even more important, right? The frequency of you growing and then getting out of the way, growing, getting out of the way, it just compounds itself. And remember, again, great management is not about doing everything yourself. It is about empowering your team, right, to succeed. It's hiring smart. It's looking for people who share values and they're committed to quality like you are. And then it's investing in training these, right? A well-trained team is a confident team. And the more that you can give your people all the tools, right? Not just, yeah, that's great. You bought them the nicest tools to put in their truck, but what tools are you putting to put like in their mind, in their, their skill set? So how they communicate, how they think about going about the work, how well they communicate as a team, how well they work together as a team, how well they're looking out for everyone's best interest, all these things. That way your team can always be doing their best work. And remember, the building of systems is a continuous process. One of the best things for those, as you know, that are part of the Remodeling Academy is like we give you all the foundational systems to put in place. And all you have to do is each time you reach a new milestone, you just make a couple tweaks. You don't have to build everything from scratch anymore. And that's why those of you that are in the program are growing so fast, because here's the process. Right? You just put it in place. You make a few tweaks here and there, depending on exactly how you want to run your business. And then you just grow to the next level. Check. Okay. I'm past 500,000. Perfect. Now I'm going to put this in process in place. All right. Look at that. We just passed 1 million. All right. We've noticing a few things here. What do? Oh, we tweak that. Okay. Look at that. Now we're hit 3 million. Man, this is getting easy, right? Now we just need to make that tweak and this tweak over there. So you just start recognizing that there are repeatable processes, especially for things like scheduling and the client communication and the quality control. And when everybody knows the playbook, right? When you all understand the binder that we supply, it's so easy to deliver these consistent results and just do it time after time after time and no longer having to worry, how is that next job going to go? So some of you that are new are probably saying to yourself, all right, well, that sounds great. So yeah, I want all this, but how do I even start? How do I put this into action? Well, it's simpler than you think. And often it just requires jotting some things down on paper and starting small. And what we recommend, and a lot of you that have experienced the success so far can attest to, it's picking one area, right? So are you going to focus on maybe communication? Do you want to focus on your selling ability? Do you want to focus on your managing ability? And we're just going to focus on improving that, right? And we'll just take it 1 week at a time. So for example, if communication is a pain point, and if it's communication within your team, well, then we're going to start with making sure that we're talking to the guys each morning and giving them clear direction, right? Something as simple as that. And having a little bit of an agenda for the guys saying, hey, this is what we are going to be doing today. This is our goal. We are going to be successful and happy when we reach this, right? Now, let's say, for instance, that maybe sales is the area that you need to improve some on. Well, maybe we need to take a hard look at your sales skills, right? How well are you communicating with the clients? How well are you building the rapport? How well are you uncovering all the things that they need, right? And being on their side and working with them. We got to make sure that we're looking at how well you communicate your pricing structure, right? And be sure that you are charging enough to make a proper profit. Now, what if management happens to be the weak area, right? Like you're like, Mike, I got it. I'm selling jobs like crazy. My guys are so good, right? Doing work, but man, it's a struggle to keep everything organized, right? Well, then now it comes down to like documenting a process, right? So we give you those things. How well are you working with that lead carpenter, right? And we put a system in place so that your team knows what's expected. These are the roles. This is who does what. And it starts getting easier to keep the guys under control, right? And keep everybody on the same page. So let's imagine this for a minute. What if every part of your remodeling business, when you woke up tomorrow, it just started running like a well-oiled machine, right? Man, what if each morning your crew knows exactly what their goal is, what to do? Imagine that all of your clients, they are thrilled with your work. They're thrilled with the progress that your team's making. They enjoy the process of remodeling with your company. And now here you are, right? You have freedom and you are focused on the growing of your business instead of like running around and putting out them fires. You know, I mean, what would that mean for your business, right? For your stress level, for your anxiety, for how well you sleep at night, and for your life. So this is my challenge to any of you that are not where you want to be. Like very easily, just take a minute, take a step back and look at your business, right? So what are the cracks like in your business foundation? Pick one area. Is it going to be communication, selling, or management? And let's commit to improving just that one area starting today for the next week. And if for any reason you're just not sure, all you have to do is reach out to us at the Remodeling Academy. We can help figure it out together and make sure that your business is set up for success this year. Here's a real simple next step, guys. Go and be a part of the industry's first, right? At the Remodeling Academy, we have put on the remodeling industry's first 5-day Remodeler Challenge. Are you ready to take your remodeling business to the next level? Perfect. Come on over, right, and get involved in the first 5-day Remodeler Challenge at remodelingriches.com and start transforming your business today. Look, here's what you're going to gain, right, in just 5 days. So a very simple, straight time frame. You will be learning the proven strategies to immediately boost your profitability. You're going to discover the secrets that set you up for a successful upcoming year. And you'll access the tools and techniques that are going to finally put you ahead of the competition. And look, for those of you that sign up today and get a part of this early program, we're put together some amazing resources for the first 25 people that sign up, right? It's a free challenge. So come on, take advantage of the thing. We're offering it to you. Take it. All right. These resources are designed to give you an edge. They have worked for many others. They will work for you as long as you will work for them. Does that make sense? So don't let your competition beat you to this stuff. The time to act is now. Again, go to remodelingriches.com, secure your spot. All right. Take the first step to a more profitable and successful business. What do you have to lose? So it's better for you to have these resources, I'm telling you, than it is for your competition. So don't wait. Register now. Take control of your remodeling business today. Guys, look, your success is ready for you. The only question is, are you ready for it? Don't delay. Take the action today. As always, thank you for listening to the HackHour podcast. I ask you to please like and subscribe and share this with anyone else that you think would be a benefit to have it. And always, guys, keep striving, keep growing, keep winning. Until next time, take care and stay inspired. Enjoy life.
Thank you for listening to the HackHour podcast. It would be awesome if you would leave us a quick review on iTunes. To further your remodeling success, go to remodelingriches.com.